So I want to talk about how to build a tech community. And really what I want you to do is do something as amazing as the volunteer organizers that brought you this conference. Maybe maybe a little bit of background so you can to build my credentials. So you may have seen me at the GCP table, and yes, Google Cloud is sponsoring. But in my outside of my day job, I actually spend my nights and weekends with the London tech community in various ways. So I'm a serious meetup addict, so I will usually go to a meetup every single night, and London has a lot of them. But I'm also an organizer, so I'm a co-founder of PyData London, which is one of the biggest tech meetups groups on the planet. We have 10,600 members. We've run 61 meetups. We've run 6 conferences. And we've had a grand total of over 18,000 attendees at our events. And I've been doing that for more than 5 years now. I also used to be an organizer for a Google developers group before my Google job, because as a Googler I can't be, because it's a community thing. And also I am a host for CodeBar, which is a community that teaches coaches underrepresented folks in tech in coding. And so I'm telling you this not because I want to brag, but because I want to convince you that I have some relevant experience that hopefully you can benefit from. So yeah, what I want you to do is be one of us, like be one of those people that give up their spare time to make tech communities awesome. And I want to give you some pointers where to start. So what I would tell you is, if you want to start a new community, you should start from somewhere that you are very passionate about and that you really care about, which doesn't mean that you need to be an expert in it. You just need to know people who know things about this area, so you can find people that can speak. Yeah, you need to find your niche. So don't go for the topic that you think will be most popular, but go for the one that you care most about, because it's a lot of work and you want to enjoy it as well. So, and you can't go it alone. So you need a strong team, and you need a diverse team, because the more diverse your team is, the more diverse speakers you can find, and therefore the more diverse attendees you can attract as well, which is very important. Like, everybody wins. Yeah. So don't think about doing it alone. Don't even start by yourself. Not even for your first event, because you do need. It's a lot of work. You do need people to share the load, but you also need people to bounce off ideas, because you may be smart, but it's always good to get a second opinion. So yeah, start by building the team, and once you've done that, you need somewhere to actually host your event. So you need a venue, and likely your attendees will expect food and drinks and all that we've come to expect in our field. So you will probably also need someone to pay for that. They can be one and the same. So it's actually quite likely that having your host also be the sponsor actually simplifies a lot of things, because if they pay for the food, they can no money needs to change hands. So that makes it a lot easier. And also try to get buy-in from your manager. So maybe your company actually can be your sponsor and your host, which makes it a lot easier. But otherwise, leverage your network. You also want to build a funnel of content, essentially, because you don't want to be in the situation that you start strong and have a bunch of great events, but then you run out of steam. So build. Have a CFP process, have a way for people to suggest talks, line them up, ideally months in advance. That makes it all a lot easier. And if people know how they can suggest talks, then they will. So set that up. And also, it's important to be consistent. So don't run a lot of events, but then run out of steam. better space them out so you can make it sustainable. And finally, create a safe and inclusive space for everyone. That's very important. Have a code of conduct. I repeat, you must have a code of conduct. This is not negotiable. I can tell from experience that if you don't, then it's a problem. So yeah, start with your passion. Don't go it alone. Build a sustainable funnel. Do it for the long run. Be inclusive and go and do something great. Thank you.